Alright, so here's part 2 of our weightlifting shoes series. So part 2 is going to be what kind of shoe should I choose, right? So again, like we said in the first video, a weightlifting shoe is an investment, and that's what it should be seen as, right? So there's kind of three groups that I would group shoes into. There'd be high quality from a high reputable brand, and those are going to be something like this. These are going to be your more expensive Nike Romalio 2s, or now they're going to be 3s coming out. The Adidas Adipowers. And also, you could probably throw in Reebok's new Legacies that just came out. They're supposed to be competing with these two shoes. These are, all three of those are in the upper hundreds, close to $200 per pair, but again, they're investment. They all perform about the same. They have the largest heel that you can buy, which is a 3/4 inch heel. And they all feel literally like you put them on, you're going to feel like you're sitting in concrete blocks, which is really what you want when you're squatting and when you're snatching and clean and jerking. You want to have a very stable surface, and all of these shoes will provide that. All right, so those are your highest quality shoes out there from very high reputable brands. And again, you could throw in those Legacies, but again, those just came out. They're not very, they're still Reebok. So we'll get into the other Reebok shoes real quick. But so far, in my experience, Reebok hasn't shown, in lifters at least, to have as high quality as the Nikes and the Adidas. So if those are the super high end, we're going to go down to the lower end real quick. So these are going to be the easy entrance shoes. So these are, again, from Adidas, a very reputable brand again. These are the Powerlifts, and I think now they're the Powerlift 3s, I think is what they're called, is the model. These are less than 100, usually about 80. Again, they steal a lot of the technology from the higher end Adidas shoes. World records have still been set in these shoes. And they're a smaller heel. I think they're about 0.6 or 0.5 inch in the heel. But again, if you just want to get your feet wet in like an entry-level shoe, this is the best option in my opinion, right here. And then a lot of these other ones I would say are kind of like the crossover lifters. So with CrossFit and Olympic weightlifting kind of meshing together, a lot of brands have thrown out shoes with much softer forefoots and smaller heels, I guess we'd say. So these are just ones I stole from the front room. Many of the Reeboks, right? So these are Reeboks and these are Reeboks. I would still put these in the crossovers. Just again, that front heel is super flexy, right, compared to a dedicated weightlifting shoe. And this is what I mean about the quality of the Reeboks. These are my original weightlifting shoes. I wore these for about a year and a half dedicated, and they're dirty, but my Velcro's about to go. The front leather is getting very scarred and marred up, and these didn't really last me as long as I thought they would. These could still be lifted in, but again, they weren't very solid compared to those other shoes. So most Reeboks I feel like fill into that role. But again, it's not a bad shoe, but I don't think they're worth $1.50 or $150 or whatever they usually cost, which is somewhere around there. We'll get into these ones. The Innovates are kind of in the same boat. They have, again, a more flexible forefoot compared to the dedicated lifters. I think maybe these might be a tall heel. But again, it's still a crossover shoe. So if you want to use it for multiple things, sure, this would be the shoe to use. If you want to use it like in WODs and stuff like that. But if you want a dedicated shoe just for weightlifting, go somewhere else. And this is one more that we found in the front room. I think they're Charlotte's. Hey, they're from NOBULL. These are nice shoes. They have a nice wooden heel and good quality. These are more pricey. These are way up there. But if you really like the style of them, so far they look pretty good. Charlotte really likes them. They seem to have a decent heel, so if you are missing that dorsiflexion, you really like them. They usually have a lot of fancy designs, so that could be a way to go. There's also a lot more other shoes out there on the market. They all pretty much run into these categories. But again, the ones that we all have here are usually going to be the ones to go with, especially if you haven't bought a shoe before. If you already have weightlifting shoes, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into, and you can feel free to experiment with whatever you want. But hopefully that, guys, gives you an idea of what you're trying to look for in a shoe. If you have any more questions, guys, again, like, you want to try somebody's shoe on, everybody here not everybody, but a lot of people here have shoes. Everybody's super nice. Ask to borrow a pair of shoes. We'll find somebody with the same size. I'm sure they will be fine with you trying a pair on for the day and seeing how they feel and how they affect your lifts. Guys, that's pretty much it. If you have any more questions, throw it in the comments, and me or one of the other coaches will be happy to give you answers. Peace out, guys.